Welcome back, Motorheads. This is Project Car Finds on Facebook Marketplace. This week, we take a trip to Louisiana. Up first, got a little 7.2 Buick Skylark for $6,000. Seller claims it's been parked since Hurricane Laura and needs some extensive TLC. Has a 350 small block with a 700 R4. Overall, looking at the pictures, the car doesn't appear to be in too bad a shape on the outside. Quarters look to be fairly decent. Of course, without a magnet, we don't know how much mud's in them. Interior looks like it's been updated a little bit. The dash pad, I see, looks a little tore up in the next picture. And you definitely can tell the car's been sitting for a while. Is it worth $6,000? I'll leave that up to you guys to decide. Up next, got a little 67 Ford Fairlane for $4,900. Seller claims not currently running, has a new motor, not quite put all the way together. The little Fairlane doesn't look too bad, but $4,900, I would say he may be able to get that as long as he's got all the front end parts, headlight assembly, tail lights, rear bumper, front bumper, and any other chrome miscellaneous things that's missing off the car here we see in the picture. The interior doesn't look to be too bad. I don't know, this might be worth $4,900 to the right Ford guy. What do you guys think? Leave it in the comments. Next, got a little 1953 Buick two-door for $8,000. Seller states he's got a clear title in his name. His car is solid, no rust, original, and it ran a year ago when he parked it. So that tells me it doesn't currently run. Now, this is a good looking Buick. It's in very good shape. I love these old Buicks. Now, do I love this particular one here for $8,000? I don't love it $8,000 worth. And I know a lot of you are going to come for me in the comments. It's well worth $8,000. I can pick them up cheaper than that up here around where I'm at. Now, overall, the car is in good shape. But, at the end of the day, a car's only worth what somebody will pay for it. And personally, I wouldn't pay that for this. Next, got a little 1967 Ford Thunder Chicken for $6,000. Seller states got $390 in it, many new parts, runs and drives, but hasn't been moved for a while. Now, this is one of my favorite Thunderbirds here. Yeah, it's not really one of the better looking Thunderbirds, but I always liked it. This one here, is it $6,000 worth of cool Thunderbird to have? I'm not quite so sure. But if you're really into the Thunderbirds and you really like this particular one, this one here doesn't look like it's too bad a shape. This one here might make a good little daily driven project. Let me know what you guys think of this old Thunderbird in the comments. Next, a little 1976 Chevrolet Malibu for $4,500. This little Malibu's got a 400 small block in it, 350 turbo tranny, runs, drives, shifts, and stops very good. This is what we bought our son for his very first car. It was a 1976 Malibu swivel bucket car. And this one here is also a swivel bucket car. These cars drove nice. I mean, they just floated down the road. Somebody's done some extensive body work on this one here. From the pictures, it looks like it's in pretty good shape. And these swivel bucket console cars are getting a little bit more scarce and decent shape. What do you guys think of this little Malibu here? You guys think it's worth that kind of money? Let me know in the comments. Next, got a little 1963 Ford for $8,000. Seller says this one here is very solid, very minimal rust, and out of the 1,000 pieces of chrome, he's only missing 2, and he also has a built high-performance big block that he'll sell with the car for an additional $1,500. Personally, I don't care for the 63 Ford Galaxie. I like the 64. I always thought the 64 looked better. The body on this car does look to be fairly solid, but I still don't see $8,000 on this. Alright, where the heck is all my Galaxie people at when you need them? Come on, chime in here and leave it in the comments. Is it worth $8,000 or not? Next, a little 1972 Ford Mustang for $5,500. Whoever built this car here was trying to piss off all the Mustang purists because they swapped this one here with an LS Chevrolet motor. Now, this car might actually perform. It's got a lot of extra weight to carry. That little Ford motor just couldn't pony it up enough to get these old long-nosed Mustangs down the track. Just joking with you, Ford guys. Just pulling your chain a little bit. Don't come for me in the comments. If you're into this body style Mustang right here, this one here actually doesn't look to be too bad. It's got quite a bit of buttoning up that looks like it needs to be done, but it might be there on the price. What do you guys think? Leave it in the comments. Next, got a little 1947 Dodge Coupe for $1,000. Seller claims this one here has no title, can't see the floorboards, and he's scared of the danger noodles, and I don't blame him. This one here made the list for the price, and I've seen people make some very cool hot rods out of these little 47s here. I wish the seller would have had some better pictures of the car so you can kind of see more about what we're looking at here. But overall, if you're not afraid of doing some extensive work, some extensive body work, this right here would make way for a hell of a custom. And for $1,000, I don't think you can beat it. Next, go to the 1966 Ford Fairlane for $7,650. This Fairlane here is a Wind in the Hair edition with a 289 and a 4 on the floor. This one here is a runner. The seller actually had a video of this car running here, and that motor sounded pretty decent. Now, overall, the body on this car looks to be in very good shape. I wish there was pictures of the underside, pictures of the floor, so we kind of see what that looks like. But overall, if those are in good shape, I don't think he's too far off the mark on this because he does have a brand new convertible top for it and some other miscellaneous interior parts. Up next, got a little 1967 Datsun for $13,500. Seller says this one here runs and drives well, it's very clean, and it also has a lot of new parts. Even though it's like trying to shove a pumpkin seed up a gnat's butt, trying to stick a larger, bigger feller into one of these things are actually fun to drive. Is it worth $13,500? I'm not sure. However, this thing does look like it's in pretty decent shape, and I know they were fun to drive. What do you think? You think it's worth the asking price on this one? Leave it in the comments. Next, go a 1964 Mercury Comet for $5,900. This one here still has a 6-cylinder in it. It's been converted from generator to alternator. Also needs to have some tie rod in it and some other front end parts replaced. Overall, this little Comet doesn't look bad. It sounds like it needs some mild front end work done to it, which to be expected. Overall, I think this will make somebody a decent little clean daily driven project if you're into the little Comets. I think I would definitely try to work on that price, as I have seen these Comets in better condition than this one go for a lot better price. Up next, got a little 1963 Cadillac for $16,000. This little caddy here's got a 5.3 LS swap and it's sitting on airbags. If you're into the airbag movement, then here you are. Here's one for you. This old caddy doesn't look bad. I wish they had left the paint alone. I think they tried to distress it. I think it would look better if they just left it the blue in its natural state. But however, they do have a lot of work done to this right here. Having the LS swap, this might be something that can be daily driven. What do you guys think? Up next, go 1961 Ford Falcon for $8,500. This little Falcon still got a 6-cylinder in it with a 2-speed automatic. It's been lowered with some new tires. From the pictures, this body on this car looks to be in very solid shape, and I believe this car would make somebody one heck of a daily driven project car. Now, what this seller is asking for this car is astronomically out of the ballpark. You're swinging for the fences and hoping somebody takes it. It's a cool little Falcon. I like what you've done, but it's just not worth that kind of money. Next, little 1960 Chevrolet Biscayne for $9,900. This one here's got a 5.3 just sitting in it. Says has Texas title, and that's just the way it comes. Talk about swinging for the fences on the price on this one. The seller here needs to remember, he's got a Biscayne. He does not have an Impala or a Bel Air. You have a post car, sir. However, the body on this car is not in bad shape. If this thing was running, you might be able to get closer to that. But in the current condition of this, and this not being an Impala or a Bel Air, you're not getting it. Next, a 1965 AMC for $10,695. Now, this is your Wind in the Hair Edition Ambassador. You don't come across very often. So it runs and drives great. Got some paint issues. Now, this car overall really doesn't look to be in too bad a shape, and it is the rag top. You don't come across them very often. At least I haven't come across them very often. Now, I've seen some of the paint issues. This thing's got a lot of mud in it. You're definitely going to have to go check this thing over with a fine-tooth comb, like check out that door. But overall, the interior in this car looks very good. I think if you could get this for a little cheaper, you might be in good shape on this one. Well, that's all I got for you today. If you liked today's video, smash that like button, consider subscribing, and I'll see you in the next one.